Hello, this is Matt Overwine again from Northern Kentucky University's Office of Instructional Design. I'm here to show you a little bit about a program I like to use called MySQL Query Browser. It's just an easy way to access your database information remotely from your desktop rather than having to log into your server. First, let's go ahead and navigate to Google, the way I always get anywhere, if I can type right. And we're just going to use the keyword MySQL admin. Seems to work. Looks like I've been here, so this is probably it right here. Go ahead and click on the one here, which is just the MySQL administrator link. And it'll bring you to MySQL's homepage that has a lot of information on it. But the one we want to deal with specifically here today is MySQL Query Browser. So we're going to go ahead and navigate here under the Tools section to MySQL Query Browser. And just scroll down a bit. You can look around here if you want just to see some of the screenshots, but just to quickly show you how to download it, go ahead and head to MySQL Query Browser Downloads down here under Related Pages. After that comes up, you just go on down to the Windows version. And I'm going to go to the Windows x86 version and go ahead and pick a mirror. If you want the Mac version, those are down here, same for Linux. Go ahead and pick a mirror here, and just they'll ask you to fill out information if you'd like, and you can if you want. It's a good community, but I'm just going to go ahead and click on No Thanks. Just take me to the downloads to get right to it. So just pick one of these that's closest to you. They also have many mirrors in other countries too, so you can choose from any number of places. But I'm going to choose one in Chicago because it's pretty close to us. And it's going to prompt me for a download, and I'm just going to go ahead and save the file. But since I already have it installed on my computer, I'll let you guys download it. I think it's a 17 megabyte file, as we saw, so it won't take too long to download. Well, I guess depending on your connection speed. So go ahead and download that and install it as you would any other program, and go ahead and run it. The trick to running it, however, is that in your Start menu on a Windows machine, it will be under MySQL, and then there are 4 programs to choose from that it'll install with all these tools, the GUI tools. So just go ahead and select the little lightning bolt one, which is the MySQL Query Browser. And I already have it open here, so I'm just going to bring it up. This is the first thing you'll see. The port it chooses here is already filled in. That's the default port. So just go ahead and use that one. It's 3306. And connect to your server just by typing in your server address, or just nkuas.org. And our usernames, and our password, which I'm not going to tell you. And default schema is really just the structure. So if you want to navigate to a specific database right away, you can just click on that database. And I'll do that here in a moment, just because I know this is one of them. But before I do all this, I want to also show you quickly how to log into your server using the cPanel and to allow a certain IP address to access these MySQL databases remotely. Up here in my tab listing in Firefox, I have our cPanel open, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to there. So log into your server however you normally would and go to a cPanel, because otherwise the MySQL Query Browser won't be allowed to access your databases remotely. This is just a security measure that the servers come with. So go to your cPanel. You may have seen this in our other tutorials as well. Go ahead and go down to, under Databases, Remote MySQL. We already have a few, just 2 IP addresses that we allowed to access our databases remotely. So if you want to add one, it also says here, host, and the % will allow a wildcard in that area. So an easy way to find your IP address is to go to, if I remember right, let's go back to Google from our MySQL page here. Back a few times, probably been faster just type in Google. Let's do that. And go to IP Chicken, my favorite place. You click on that, and it actually just tells you your IP address right there. So as you can see, that probably matches the one in our cPanel, 192.122.1.237. Yep, see, there's that one right there. So, and you can leave the last one as a percentage. So usually there's 4 period separated values. sorry, we have 192 period, 122 period, 237 period, and then just leave that last one as a percentage because anyone from your area should be able to access that. So once you've added that, just click, or once you put that in, so you would put in 192, 122, 237 percentage, and I would just click add, but I already have it there, so I'm not going to do that. And that should allow you to access it through the MySQL query browser. So I'll bring that back up, and I'm going to go ahead and I typed in this database specifically because that's the name I know it is, and I'm going to hit OK. All right, now that it's opened up to the database section here, you can see in this schemata here, I guess that's how you say it, there's all my databases that I have on the server. The one that it navigated to automatically was NKUAS MatDB, so that's the one that I had specified in the schema there. So an easy way to see how this works is just double click on any of the names. I'm going to double click on archive, and it'll put the SQL statement of what you need to see all that information. So I'm going to go ahead and hit execute, and it'll probably bring that up. Yep. I guess there's not much in this database, or table specifically. So we're going to go to one that we know has something. Let's go to these PHP BB ones here, and go to users, double click on that. It'll replace the stuff up here. Go ahead and execute. So there's some values here. So this is just one of the ways that you can see the values in all of your database tables. And to me, it's a much easier way than doing what we did before in one of our other tutorials, which is logging on through the cPanel. So you can actually edit values here as well. I don't really want to edit them because these are things that are functioning, but say I did, so we would just click on the edit button down here, and you can actually just go in and edit this to Matt or whatever, but that'd probably be bad, so we're not going to apply these changes. But if I did, click out of that, and it'll highlight that area saying that it's changed, and you can hit apply changes down here. You can also discard or delete things the same way. I just want to click on all those values by clicking on one and then holding shift and then clicking on another. Selected all those. I could right click on those and delete rows, and it'll delete all of them just by hitting apply changes again. So that's just a much easier way than having to log on to your server, and this way you can, once you start up your desktop in the morning, you can log on to your server and just edit your databases this way. It's a lot easier. So that's a quick and easy way to use a MySQL query browser. If you need more information on how to create a database using the cPanel and how to make tables using the MySQL query browser, tune in to some of our later tutorials.